honey, you gotta take out the trash.
Has anyone else noticed the increase in just the overall amount of people being weird today? If you log out of your account, it seems like every other post on social media is just some kind of thirst trap, and don't even think about opening those comments either. It's become so easy to see certain things now that anyone with an internet connection can access them, and I mean literally anyone. You know, something that used to only be able to be seen after you've built a deep emotional bond with someone is now only a quick Google search on a lonely night. Why has it been made so easy now? Are we just destroying everyone for the sake of profit, or is there a secret agenda going on here? Guys, you need to stop gooning. Stop. Oh my gosh. Stop doing that. That's so disgusting. Ew. Oh my gosh. Just got caught lacking. Also, I'm sorry if my voice does sound a bit different today. I am on a new setup. I'm on a new PC right now. That, and I'm also recovering after being sick for like the last week. So if I sound congested again, then that's why. But anyways, this term has been thrown around so much recently. Do you guys remember when you would call someone a goon and all it meant was just the henchman of an evil villain? But now it's gotten to the point to where it's completely lost that meaning altogether. It's that when you hear the term goon, you just think of somebody touching themselves. You know, maybe mom was right. It is that damn phone. Because with the rise of technology and everything, we have a serious problem on our hands. We have a whole epidemic, you could say, of people who just cannot stop touching themselves. Stop touching your pee-pee. It's not good to keep on doing that for so long. I'm talking to you too, ladies. Stop flicking the beat. Because now you can't go on any sort of social media platform without seeing something related to or just the whole sex industry in general. Has anyone else noticed that it's just progressively gotten worse over the years too? Like it started out very tame, people, you know, dressing different ways, but now we have so much erotic stuff. If you even talk about it, you're called a gooner, because what the heck? Why are you acknowledging this? This is supposed to be kept down low. We're not supposed to talk about this. You know, this word has been so misconstrued into so many different ways that it's even used as an insult now. You know, I even made a video that was very educational on goth girls, and I got called a novice tier gooner because of that.
Their skin is flawless. It's perfect. It's almost like too perfect in a way to where it just captures your attention. It's like,
okay, I'm gonna be real. This kid is a fucking gooner. This kid has no idea what he's talking about. You are a novice level gooner.
Yes. Thank you, Tectone, for coming to that conclusion from what I said, because you were too impatient to realize that that was my transition into my sponsored segment of that video. Thank you, Tectone. Very cool. But I'll have you know that you are actually extremely wrong, because you know how there's a whole rank system on Jerkmate? You see, I'm a secret rank above them all. I have the secret rank. I'm actually the goon god rank. That's right, guys. Get it right, Tectone. I'm not a novice tier gooner. I'm the goon god himself. But anyways, you ever notice how some guys have really smooth hands? Well, there's a good reason for that. People notice this type of person whether they want to deflect it with every excuse they have in the book. Nobody wants to be seen in that light. And that's where the sponsor of today's video, Teach Hanley, comes in to save the day. Once again, they've got skincare systems for pretty much every guy's needs. Anti-aging, sensitive skin, oily skin, you name it. Personally, I use their acne system because it works. It comes with 3 steps: salicylic acid face wash to keep your face clean and fight breakouts, glycolic acid pads to exfoliate and keep pores clean, and acne serum to target and prevent blemishes. Since I started, my skin looks cleaner, redness is down, and I actually feel more confident whether I'm in a meeting, networking, or just existing in this gooning epidemic. And that's the thing. Building routines like this has a trickle-down effect. More confidence helps you crush it at work, make more connections, and get closer to bigger and bigger goals of whatever you're trying to achieve. And Teach Hanley is having a massive deal for you with up to 40% off your first box, plus a free gift worth $20. Just click my link in the description to get started. Once again, thank you, Teach Hanley, for sponsoring today's video. If you don't know what gooning is, it's doing that mischievous act that you just don't tell your parents when you're a teenager. Now, I know a lot of people use this as just a way to relieve stress. You can do whatever the heck you want in private. I'm not your dad. Everyone does this. We all know this. But now it's gotten to a point where it has gotten so bad with the technological advancements with AI and everything, so now we just have people spawning into existence. Guys, stop. No, it's advanced so much to now we have new crimes being created because of it.
Conducting a search warrant on the suspect's phone, detectives say they found what's best described as video game style images.
But why is it so bad for you? I gotta let you guys know why this is so bad, coming from the goon god himself, because it's the same as any other addiction. Oh, I'll just do it one more time. I can quit whenever I want. But every single time without fail, every time you're done, you're always left with that sense of guilt. I am actually so disgusting. I am such a terrible person for doing this. I'm never going to do this again. And then what happens a day or two later, you're right back at it. It's the same thing as any other addiction. You know, it starts out normal. It's like, oh my gosh, whoa, oh my gosh, there's naked people on my screen. What am I talking? This is such a stupid video. And then after a while, depending on how long it takes, it's different for everyone. It could either take a few days, a few months, maybe even a few years before you even realize. It'll get progressively worse and worse to where the same thing that used to excite you so much doesn't do it for you anymore. So it needs to get even crazier. You need to up the ante. You need to look at different stuff, more exotic things just to get that same feeling you once had. And then because of this, it gets so bad to the point to where we have people committing crimes just to get that same buzz. And then eventually, if you let it get bad enough, it gets to the point to where it just takes over your life and ruins everything for you. It ruins all your relationship because you see people differently. You don't see people the same way. It's the only thing on your mind. Even at work, it's like, I can't wait till I get home. I gotta do it in the bathroom right now.
My coworker takes really long bathroom breaks and I think he's gooning in there. Can you call him pretending to be from corporate and ask him about it? Hi, Jesse. This is just Ken from HR from... how are you doing today?
I'm doing okay. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing wonderful. So, hey, look, I noticed you were taking a bit more bathroom breaks than, you know, the usual employee.
Just, you know, every now and then, just gotta keep clean hands, and really that's all, you know, every, you know, hour or
Yeah,
so.
but the thing, it doesn't, you know, it doesn't take 25 minutes to wash your hands, you know?
I mean, maybe a little, but, you know, just, it kind of relieves the stress to, you know, wash my hands a little bit and go back to work and just be as efficient as possible, you know?
See, I don't know if you were aware, but you were logged in onto the company Wi-Fi. And when you're logged into company Wi-Fi, we can actually see the websites you're visiting.
What exactly, what was the website that you were seeing?
Yeah, there was a couple. It was, you know, .com. There was a little bit of those. When you start to look at the times where, you know, you weren't at your desk and you were in the restroom, and then the times that these internet searches were made, it's, you know, you can kind of put two.
That's just preposterous. I never even gone on those. No, I mean, you gotta check the system again.
Oh my gosh, it's not enough doing it to a screen anymore. I have to go out in person. So then what do we see? Earlier this year, we had someone commit a crime that was so outlandish and crazy that it was just all over the internet, to where this addiction gets so bad that it ruins families. But one thing I never understood is, why do you need to pay for something that you can just get for free? Like, I never understood that. Like, why would you pay for someone's OnlyFans where you could just go on incognito mode and Google and just look at stuff for free? But what it also does is that it makes you think differently. Your mind shifts. It's not the same after this. And along with the fact that it just makes you weird. Anyone can pick up on this. You can look at someone and just think like, wow, this guy's kind of weird. I don't know. There's something about that guy. I just can't put my finger on it though. It's even taken effect in my personal life, in some of my relationships. So even when you're getting down, you know, you're in the act, it doesn't meet your expectations because you see one thing online, you put on a pedestal. Everyone puts sex on a pedestal thinking it's like the be all end all for all relationships. And what does that do? It makes everyone see people differently. People only see each other as objects, just a way to get the next hit of dopamine, to where a moment that's supposed to be so sacred, so special for two people, the most intimate thing you can do with a person, is just seen as dull, as another point. It's just another thing to get out of this person, to where you ruin their perception of what a real relationship is. And what does that do? They get put back into the dating market with everyone else. Then it becomes someone else's problem. And what happens? More and more people do it. This person got used in the past, so now they feel the need to get revenge on other people. They need to take out their anger on someone else. And what does that do? It spreads. It spreads like a wildfire. And now what do we have? We have, oh my gosh, guys, dating is so messed up. Everyone is so superficial now. Why can't I find a meaningful relationship? And you want to know how I know this so well? Because I've done this exact thing. I know I'm gonna get those comments of people complaining to me of like, oh, just do it in moderation. Well, yes, in theory, it would work like that. But obviously, we live in a society to where we promote the extremes. Obviously, people are not doing it in moderation if it's gotten this bad. You know, even a lot of guys, you go to a party, what is the one thing on their mind? I need to leave this party tonight getting laid. I need to get laid tonight. If I don't get laid, this night is over. This is terrible.
Parker, how many girls are you going to talk to tonight? At least 12 to 13.
A lot of guys think this way, and you can sense it on people too. You just know. You don't even have to be an expert in this. You just know. You can go to a party and just look at someone, and you can just tell that something is off about them. Women are really good at this. They're really good on picking up if a guy has ulterior motives, but it's not necessarily their fault. It's been promoted so much that this is normal, just another stage in puberty. But since people are talking to each other less and less now, you get some people who want to make friends and socialize, but they just aren't sure of how to do it. And it doesn't help that a lot of people now just don't have a lot of those social skills that they need to, make friends, make connections, make genuine connections with other people. So combining this with the seemingly very common addiction that almost everyone has apparently, you get this. You get a lot of people who are very lonely and end up doing stuff they never thought in a million years they would ever do, all because of our hormones. It's no secret that guys are very horny. Guys have a higher sex drive than women. It's just how it is. A lot of the reason that we do a lot of stuff is because of our sex drive. Why do a lot of guys go to the gym? Because they want to look better so that they can attract more women. It's even the same thing with women as well. Why do a lot of them go to the gym? So that they can get a bigger butt to just attract more guys. But it's more or less used as an outlet to let those feelings out in a socially acceptable way. Feeling stressed or angry? Take it out on the weights. Feeling sad or going through a breakup? Take it out on the weights. Feeling pent up? Take it out on the weights. Everyone has a different method or outlet for how they relieve stress or unwind. Sometimes things get in the way of you being able to do that activity. That's when you practice self-control, where you hold back because you know it wouldn't be worth it to do it in that moment. But when you give people access to this kind of thing, whenever they feel like it, that's when it can become a problem. You've probably seen what happens to kids when their parents never tell them no, because everything that happens to you as a kid is significantly amplified when you become an adult, such as behavior and values you were taught. What does every single story on My 600-Pound Life have in common? They all used eating as a way to cope with things when they were a child and were never told no. Throwing temper tantrums when things don't go their way. Now, when you combine never being told no with something that's highly addictive that most people have been doing since before they became adults, you can see how that might become a problem. A lot of sex crimes are because of this exact thing, is because of our hormones, and a lot of people that don't know how to control that. A lot of people are just taught to just self-care, just take care of yourself. Bed rotting, yes, that's good for you. Watching porn, oh yeah, that's fine, yes, that's fine, just do that a little bit too. Whatever, at this point, just indulge, just eat everything, just have whatever you want, which is a very dangerous thing to promote. Why? Because most crimes committed by normal everyday people happen because they did what they felt like doing, really feeling out their emotions, you could say. So when you tell people to do what they feel like doing, you can see how things get out of hand very quickly. I feel like punching that guy in the face over there because I don't like what he said. Does that mean I should? No, because our actions have consequences. If I just did what I felt like doing all the time, I'd be over 300 pounds. I feel like eating everything in sight, but I don't do that because I shouldn't. We may feel like punching that random dude for no reason, but we don't do that because we'd all be in jail. I don't want to go to work because I just don't feel like it, but of course we all go anyways because we have to. Most of the people you see that have what you so desperately want in life, they got those things not from doing what they felt like doing, but because they did what they had to do to get there. Most sex crimes that occur are because someone didn't control their emotions and lack emotional maturity. So when it's constantly promoted to act on your emotions, while it does sound very nice on paper, it's just not a good idea. Yes, I know I've said stuff similar to this in previous videos, so let me clear that up now so that there's no confusion there. When I say do what you feel like you should do, what I really mean is do what you know you need to do to achieve your goals and dreams. Like finally getting started on that ambitious project you've been putting off for so long, doing the work that you know needs to get done. But since most people just go based off how they feel, it generates an entire laziness addiction cycle that's really difficult to break out of, but not impossible. And so then we get this. We have a lot of people who don't know how to control their emotions, who don't know how to control their urges, which has led to a whole horniness epidemic. A lot of people want to have, meaningful relationships. What's the one thing that a lot of guys feel after, you've just rubbed one out? It's like, wow, I'm so disgusted. I'm disgusted with myself. I'm done with this. I don't want to do this anymore. I just want to be happy. I just want a loving relationship. I just want someone that cares about me. But we've let this get so bad to the point to where it's encouraged, to where people are encouraged to make a living off of this. And what does this do? This traps even more people. We have a lot more people who don't know how to control themselves, and it spirals into an addiction that leads to real world consequences, ruining families, ruining themselves, and ruining lives. A lot of people ask why it's so bad to watch a lot of these certain things. And this is why. It's caused from this. Yes, I understand that porn isn't the only reason why sex crimes are rising. There's a bunch of other factors there that I haven't talked about, but you can't deny that there definitely is a correlation here with the rise of internet access and overall traffic to all these websites and these crimes going up and up and up every single year. Now, of course, it's always been around since before this has been a thing, since before you could just easily access it on your phone with an internet connection, but it has skyrocketed so much over the past 20 years, even the last 5 years. What was even the big trend of 2024 is a lot of people that cannot get that urge satisfied anymore. It can't get satisfied over normal means. So they have to turn to criminal behavior. And so we see a rise of a lot of these crimes, you know, career-ending, life-ending crimes, all because it's gotten so out of hand. Now, we may not be able to fix this for every single person on the planet, but what you can do is that you can turn it around for yourself. You can quit this. You can turn things around for you. You can stop and use that energy towards better things. But whether society will recover and, you know, go back to being not over-sexualized, we don't know. I don't know. I'm just some 21-year-old kid sitting in my room talking about how he's the goon god of jerkmate. It was even a trend like a little bit ago, not too long ago, about people just stopping, turning things around, changing their lives for the better. Everyone can do this too. Everyone has the power to change. But whether people are going to choose to do better or not, whether they want to better themselves and escape this rabbit hole, is something that we may never know.